Concrete Genius Media, it's your boy Sauce Mackenzie. Welcome to the Concrete Genius Podcast. This will be a brief but efficient podcast for your listening pleasures. Follow me on all socials at Concrete Genius Pod, concretegeniusmedia.com, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I'm everywhere. I'm all over the place like space. Thank you for following me. I'm going to try not to curse at all this episode because I'm talking about some things that's near and dear to my heart. First of all, congratulations on the great career of Jayla Lampley at Lawrence Central, one of my former players. In my opinion, she was sincerely robbed of Mrs. Basketball. She had all the achievements, all the accomplishments. No knock against the young lady from HSE. She's a phenomenal player. This is not a knock against her, but this is a knock against the system and the goalposts and how they move. You have a young lady who started at a school that's been dormant forever in women's basketball. Lawrence Central wins the state championship her junior year. Unquestioned leader of the team, dynamic player, and just the perfect resume to win Miss Basketball. Like, if that doesn't win Miss Basketball in the city of Indianapolis in the mid-conference, then what does? That's my question to the voters. And also, to you coaches going behind closed doors, soliciting votes, trying to make sure a young lady doesn't win because you don't like her parents, or you're not in favor of her parents, or you just have some type of prejudices or conceived notions in your head about certain players, is unfair. So, to any young person, please work harder than the achievements that they would hold from you. You know what I mean? This hit me hard because, like I said, I'm a former coach of that team. I actually coached the year before they won. I have a great relationship with the Lampleys, a tremendous amount of respect for the Lampleys, a tremendous amount of respect for their family, Ken, Janan, the kids, everybody. So for her not to win this award, it's not going to knock us. It's not going to slow them down. You know what I mean? She's only going to come back stronger from it. I've seen her battle all types of adversity. The hardest working, most cerebral player, one of the women's basketball by far, even up to the level with some of the males I've had. I've just always been very honored to be a part of that program on its ascension. And I just wish Indiana could do right by our kids. We don't ask for much. We play fair. We participate. We follow the rules. We do what we're supposed to do. So at some point, the goalposts have to stop moving. At the end of the day, it's just an award. I'm not going to let it shape the narrative, shape the perspective, but we got to do better when we're deserving. You see what I'm saying? And coaches have to stop voting based on relationships. I'm friends with him. I'm friends with him. I'm friends with him. Or based on unfavorable relationships. I don't like her because. And it's no secret that Lawrence Central was a newcomer on the basketball scene. The Lampleys are a very proud, but very respectful, intelligent family who has no problem speaking their mind, but in an articulate fashion, in a fashion that should not be offensive to you because it doesn't come off as offensive. But we as Black people have a problem whenever Black parents take charge of their kids' lives in Indiana. And that is the bigger diagnosis to me, because it's a lot of Black people who don't want to see you win too. And to me, that's a bigger problem than the system, because the system is going to be the system. But the hate that you got to get to before you even get to the point of dealing with the system is what's wrong with youth sports. And it's the reason why I kind of withdraw myself. I've taken a disdain from it because it just left a sour taste in my mouth, basically. I just feel like people are so used to not seeing strength and resilience and determination that other Black people are thrown off by it. And then we always get neglected by the same system. It's always ironic because you ever saw somebody do you wrong, and then because they didn't like that it was you trying to fight the system, and then the same system fucks them. And then they call you, or they wish they could call you to talk them through it. And if we realized earlier that we needed each other, that we could learn from each other, that we could be pillars of strength from each other, then we really could dominate basketball globally. And I say this with no hesitation. I say this with no sarcasm. I'm not trying to be funny. If Indiana had a percentage of the unity that I've seen in Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, DMV, we would dominate basketball on the global scene. Because intellectually, there's not a lot of places that can compete with us. Some of the greatest basketball minds I've ever met have been in Indiana. But the problem is we have too many people that want to be big dogs as opposed to apprentices. We have too many egos, too many people who don't like that the head person in charge happens to be black. Or they don't like the fact that the person has a child that's on a different trajectory. Or they don't like the fact that the person is maybe articulate and has an aura or is well-spoken and is charismatic and all the things that they maybe want to be. So instead of going to war against the system, we go to war against each other. Ever since I've been in this state, I've made great relationships with people. Now I've made great relationships with people in basketball too, but prior to basketball, I made great relationships, hustling, getting money. I didn't deal with a lot of hate. You would deal with the occasional hater. But when I got in youth sports, instantly, from the YMCA, I dealt with mass hate. Because black people want to see other black people humble. We have this very bad psychological fetish that we don't understand to see our own people humble. So when a parent and a strong black family comes in, we're put off by that. We're offended by that. See, unfortunately, some of y'all hate anything that a black person you don't have a relationship with is in charge of. I don't. And this is a big problem in the black community. See, me, if I see you doing something, I see you working, I'm here if you need me. I don't care if you make $10 million, I'm happy for you. My life has been so fantastic. God has blessed me in such ways I never had to be jealous of another person. And that in itself is a blessing. But it's too much negativity in the black community. People that don't even know you won't like you because they'll say, he too arrogant, he think he better than somebody. I don't know if anybody has informed you, but that's slave talk. And a lot of y'all are slaves against your own people. A lot of y'all have a misguided hate towards your own people. And it took me too long to learn this, to be honest, because I really got some great relationships and I've never been one. See, I've always been pro-black, but never been prejudiced. That's my art. I can actually have a genuine friendship with anybody of any race, and I can still be an advocate of black children, black families, black goals, black leadership, the black community, but still walk in the room with some of the most powerful white men in the world, and they know I'm sincere because I'm articulate enough and I'm sincere enough to get my point across. But we have this weird fetish of seeing each other humble. Just think of any powerful father in this city that has tried to do things, or parent that has tried to do things their way. It's been hate. It's hate on Mike Saunders. It's hate on Eric Gordon. It was hate on John Loudon. It was hate on Jayla Lampley. It's hate on Cam Banks. Like, so until we attack that sickness, we're going to always keep dealing with the same problem. You see what I'm saying? Because it's almost like the voting process. Until we decide we're together, we can never make progress as a unit. And those are the psychological effects of a lot of miseducation. A lot of y'all have never been able to see strong black independent leadership. A lot of people are trained to see black people be humble or submissive and are uncomfortable with aggressive, intelligent black people because it highlights the fears that you're scared to overtake yourself. See, when you see a John Loudon that's loud and arrogant and confident and intelligent and knows his stuff, instead of uniting with him, you try to figure out why he shouldn't be in position. See, they tricked you into thinking it can only be one nigga in the circus. And so you trying to, everybody fighting to get their foot in the circus. Just for the circus to tell you they really don't give a fuck about you. We wanted the guy y'all kept out. See, that's the main problem with y'all. You see what I'm saying? Y'all fighting to be patted on the head, and the system that y'all fighting to please is really intrigued by the guys like me, the free thinkers, the geniuses. But the guys with the balls to speak their mind and speak whatever frustrations they're dealing with fluently enough that they can comprehend it and understand it and even have compassion with it. You know, and it's sad to say, but in Indianapolis, since I've been in youth sports, I've had more black people want to see me lose than white people. A lot of y'all follow me. A lot of y'all watch my videos, read my statuses every day, or share my statuses every day. You know, the negativity I faced, it was rough. And it had me angry for a while. I had to pray. Then God started blessing me in abundance with other things. But it's just poison. At every stage of your life, it'll be poison simply because you don't fit into the criteria. And it's all just a bunch of clicks, privacy clicks. You know, and if you don't become a part of the clique or the clique can't take advantage of you, then black people have no use for you. Now, it is a percentage of black people that appreciate the efforts of somebody fighting for them. That's why I have such a strong foundation in the community. But the people that tried to stop me, it was unmerited. The people that hate on the Lampleys, it's unmerited. You know, but it's there. Until that sickness is attacked, it's going to always be somebody coming up with a shortcoming. It's going to be always somebody. I saw comments this year from women, black teachers on Facebook, black administrators, black people that got think groups and girl power and black girls rock power and support my business. I saw y'all on Facebook say when LC lost, our lady's too arrogant. I'm glad they lost. She think her and her daughter's all that. See, you guys are the type of coons that's going to always be a dead weight to the black community because you don't even know you coons. I'd rather deal with somebody just put on the Uncle Ruckus hat and just come on out, let me know who you are, and we dealing. There's too many y'all on the fence, and y'all uncomfortable being on the fence because you really want to agree with the strong people, but you're scared. Your mama was scared, your daddy was scared, your granddaddy, your grandparents were scared. You come from a weak line of people that don't love themselves. So you don't love when black people seek an excellence that you're not comfortable with. See, whenever you step out the box, you're going to make people uncomfortable. And you also going to inspire people. So for every time I took a knock, I've inspired somebody. And I'm a welcoming guy. I said it earlier. It's not one person that can say I neglected them when it came time to help them. In any sport. Man, I've taken people vitamins, jump ropes, giving away basketballs, giving away $100,000. You know what I'm saying? Uniforms. Anybody that's ever asked to work out with me, worked out with me. I've traveled with a van full of kids everywhere across the country. I've taught kids how to wash up, wash their arms, wash their balls. Because their mother didn't have an active man in her life. I didn't throw it in her face. I just did it because that's what men do. I taught kids how to count, how to read. I bought kids shoes, jackets. And I never asked for nothing. I never posted it. Outside the money, when I was ranting, other than that, I never posted it. And I never will. But I saw a kid one time who played for me when he was young. And I really looked out for this kid, took him under my wing. You know, whenever anybody knows me, when you dealing with me and you around me, it's nothing gonna be it's gonna be nothing but excellence. Your kid gonna probably eat better than they do at your house most days. They're gonna have fun, more fun than they do at your house most days. And they're gonna learn from a man. And then I seen this kid, and he was with another kid that played basketball here that I never coached, but I always gave a little game to. But when this kid was young, he left my program for no reason at all, just because his mom didn't want it to be me, and she started slandering me and this and that. And he couldn't even speak. You know what I mean? He was so scared to speak because he know the narrative that his parents was telling him about me wasn't true. But you know what the other kid said? Man, Coach John, bro, you saved my life, man. You changed my life. When nobody believed in me, you did. And I never coached him. So those are the things you deal with. People will call you, say, man, I want to start a program. What I do? Hey, you do this, this, and this. And then you'll call them and say, bro, I need a gym. I don't know. Bro, I want to do a camp. Give me your players. I don't know. See, you can't teach somebody how to be real. Like I can't teach you how to be charismatic enough to charm whites and blacks, but be a strong black. I can't teach you that. Like I can't fix your insecurities as a black person. And I got one more thing to say. You know, a lot of y'all make y'all money off the backs of these high school kids. You're paying your rent, you're paying your bills, you're paying the car note and that Dodge Charger. But you don't care about these kids. You care about who wins and who gets the clicks. See me, somebody like a Jayla, somebody like a Cam Banks, I want to be in the gym when there ain't no cameras. You know, I want to show you that I care, even if it's briefly. Even if I got so many things going on in my life that I can't continue to coach. Even if it's briefly, I want to make an impact for the rest of your life. Man, that man cared about me. I'm not around you for the clicks. I'm not around you to come around signing day. Stop letting these, and black colonizers of any race, but there's some black ones too. Stop letting them come around when your child get hot. Oh man, let me take a picture and do a photo, an expose on your child. They ain't got more reach than me now. Call me, I do it for free, and I don't want to make no money off of it. That's the difference. See, a lot of times kids call, hey man, it's my signing day, coach. You know what, man? That's about you and your family, bro. Have fun. You know, I'm finna go out to eat, man. Me and my wife going to Cooper's Hawk. But I love you. If I can make it, I can make it. But you know what you destined to do. Because I don't want it to be about me. But you get these guys, these bloodsuckers who say, oh, you hot now. Let me take your picture. Let me interview you. Let me put you on my blog. Hey, come to my camp. Hold up this jersey that I'm selling to pay my bills. But then the minute you get done unfairly, they can't say, damn, I feel bad for Jayla Lampley. Because you know why? Because they pimping the other kid too. See, that's all the shit that's going to get unfolded messing with me. And see, the real truth to y'all is I may even do it for free. This summer, I'm evaluating AAU programs. I'm going to games. If they got a good program, I'm coming to the practice if they trust me. And I'm giving reviews on what I see in practice, what I see from uniforms, what I see in tournaments. Are you getting your money's worth? I'm also going to start investigating and reviewing some of these bloggers, these camps. So I will give out a camp report on every camp in the Midwest and let you know if it's worth your money or not. Stop letting these people say, hey, you know what? Bring your kid to your camp, man. They playing great. And then the person having the camp uses your kid as advertisement and charges other kids $500 to come to the camp. Your kid ain't getting none of that money. You wouldn't let nobody else get your kid's NIL money. Why would you let somebody else profit off your kid? See, that's why they hate me. See, I done watered a lot of seeds. I planted a lot of seeds. When they grow up to turn out to be weeds, sometimes you got to pull a weed. Sometimes you got to pour gas on the grass and burn it down. Maybe that's where I'm at. I don't know. But I know I'm finna start reviewing AAU teams, AAU programs, practices, coaches, and I'm also going to be offering free consultation if I got time. Maybe you can buy me some coffee or something. But it's going to be in-depth consultation about every coach I know. I know who the snakes are. I know who the weirdos are. I know who's sleeping with men. I know who's who beating their wife. All of it. So before you go to a program, I'm going to tell you, hey, you know what? Nah, don't go to him because he's sleeping with the point guard mama. I do that for you. Because one thing about me, I don't want to keep it to myself. I thought about it. No, I ain't going to keep it to myself. I'm going to let y'all all win. And this just don't apply. You can be white and have questions about your school. If I know something, I'll tell you. And if I don't, I'll find out one phone call. So this ain't just limited to black people. This is anybody. Because what happens is fathers deserve a chance, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to penalize a white person that want to give their kid a chance like I won't penalize a black person. So if you sincere and you got a history of being sincere and you got questions, hey, man, my son doing this, what could I do to make him better? Man, I got you. Send me your questions to me. You can follow me on Instagram at Concrete Genius Pod, at Sauce Mackenzie. You can follow me on YouTube at Concrete Genius Pod. Follow me on Facebook, Concrete Genius Media. If you ask me a question and I remember it when I get to my sports pods, I will break it down. So in closing, we finna start using this platform to air out sham programs, sham camps, sham clothing lines. Like, stop letting people. If a dude walk up to your son and say, hey, man, can you take a picture with this t-shirt? All right, man, give me $100. Unless they me. You want to do it. And I still might throw you. Stop letting these people tell your son, hey, man, you know what? I'm having a camp, bro, in Fishers, Lebanon. And I love for you to come, bro. You good? I'm gonna either waive the fee or not charge you the full fee. First of all, if you a starter, a good starter on a high school team, you shouldn't be paying over $50 to go to a camp. If you a great player and you probably gonna go to college for sports, you shouldn't be paying over $50. $100 max if it's an elite camp. Don't pay over $100 for a camp nowhere in America without calling me. And I'll get you the details, buddy. See, sometimes God put you here for a reason. And I hate scammers. And I hate, because see what happens is the same people charge $400-$500. If you don't go, then they're going to start knocking you negatively. They'll start icing you out of little games and competitions and stuff like that, putting bad seeds on your name. If your son don't give a writer a quote, he going to put a bad seed on your name. So now we're going to put an end to that. Concrete Genius Media, Trap or Die, the official AAU Exposure podcast. See, and this is why I'm going to get pleasure in doing this, because I'm so intelligent. I can give you the podcast with all the cursing and all the, not too much cursing, but it's always intelligent. But I can give you the funny stuff. I can give you the thought-provoking issues on the black community. But then I can also just break down basketball. So I sat on my genius for a long time. And shout out to everybody that's ever called me to motivate me to get back in the gym. I sat on my genius for a long time wondering, What should I do with it? Should I just go retire in San Diego or Florida somewhere and just sit on the beach and think about everything I know and keep it to myself and watch from a distance? No. I want to jump in and spend a year coaching the Jayla Lampley. I want to spend a year coaching the Lola Lampley. I want to spend a year having the honor to coach up under Janan Lampley. I want to spend a year coaching a Layla Abdurraqib. I want to spend a year coaching Anaya Mackenzie. Just 1 year. That's all I need. That's all I need. That's all I ever needed for you to see who I am. And it's an honor. I spent a year coaching a Denia Jacobs, a LaStar, LaStar Williams. So I just need 1 year. And I like to drop sincerity to people in my knowledge. But even when I go to places I think I'm going to be able to have my way, it's always I'm intimidated by the black guy that knows so much. See, one thing about black people is people, period, because it happens with white coaches. People can't let you act like they know too much. I talk to people like Chris Byers, like Mike Saunders, Janan Lampley, Chris Hawkins, Remus Woods, John Boyd, Larry Upshaw, people who've won, right? And you know what they'll ask me? What's your opinion on this? That's respect. But then you'll go coach with somebody that ain't coached nowhere and they'll be like, well, I got this. Okay, you got it. And that's why I kind of don't be wanting to get in the game, But I think I owe it to the community that stuck by me. I had some situations where my wife was going through some things. It was still all love from anybody, any situation I had to move on. People still check on me, wish me happy birthday, wish me happy anniversary. I see a lot of positive players coming up. I still know the game. I missed the game. And I'm not going to let the corruption that made me hate part of the game not allow me to protect those coming behind me from it. This is a beautiful life, I'm telling you. When you got the intelligence and the power and the cachet to really make a difference, then you make a difference. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, man. It's your boy, Sauce Mackenzie. Follow me on all socials. Follow my YouTube at Concrete Genius Pod. Follow me on Instagram at Concrete Genius Pod. Follow me on Twitter at Sauce Mackenzie, SAUCE_MACKENZ. I got a lot of college coaches that follow me. I got a lot of college coaches that reach out to me. If I can help you, I help you. Some people I've helped. If I don't always have the time to help you, my first priority is always my family. So I always tell people, like, the greatest essence of my manhood is that I've always put, I got to do what I got to do sometimes. But if you need my help, if you're going to a camp this year, we're going to reduce all prices of camps. We no longer paying $350, $400 for nobody's camp. I know some young brothers coming up, like Boys in the Gym, the Domo Williams. He's a great guy. He's got a nice base of young players, and his camps are very affordable to parents. And you're going to get the videos. You got guys doing things in the community. I can connect you with them. You got an older kid that you try and keep out the streets. It's guys like Anthony Hampton that run programs out the, generosity of the love of the people. Connect you with somebody like that. Like, you want to know how to do some different things. I put you with my guy, Coach Miles. A lot of the stuff he does is the stuff he shared. He was humble enough to be like, hey, bro, what you know? I want to pick your brain. And never betray me. So a lot of niggas didn't pick my brain and betrayed me. It's too bad they got to watch this in private, squirming on a couch with a slit in it, the cushion poking you, the spring poking you. You watching some dumb Lifetime movie, wishing you could call me and ask me how things are going. I could make you laugh. Nah, them days is over. But those that deserve help, I'm going to help you. We going to go hard this June. I'm going to tell y'all what I see at these high schools, these Charlie Hughes. I got my media pass. I'm always at Charlie Hughes. I'm going to go to a couple of these college camps. I got some college coaches want me to come to their camps and see what I see on the women's side and the boys' side. So I'm looking to establish a network. If you think you know ball and you want to be part of the team, I gladly welcome you, but you got to see the game for what it is, not because somebody a certain height or a certain size. You got to be able to foresee the skill, foresee the potential, and then foresee the neglect. It's too many bad coaches out here. It's too many bad parents. There's too many parents sabotaging people. There's too many people, too many dudes coaching at one school, acting like you like this person, then getting fired, and then coaching at the rival school. Like, it's just too much feminine activity for men. Too much gossiping, too much backbiting, too much jealousy. Too many of y'all greatest achievements is either playing in high school or standing next to somebody that played in high school. That's never been an achievement for me. Maybe if it probably was, I probably would have cut niggas off a long time ago. I tried to be too real, and everybody don't deserve the realness. So, but other than that, people don't have the compassion. And it's fine if you 4-time state champion, you somebody, you know, Mr. Indiana, Miss Indiana, Ohio basketball, you went to college. I acknowledge that. I respect that. That's the experience. But it only matters if you had a compassion to love others and teach the game fairly, not be jealous of nobody. Because the thing about it, and which I don't understand, and I got to get out of here, ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, man, pardon me. You see the North Face, man. I didn't even introduce my outfit. Hey, North Face. This is a little something, man. You know, white people done turned me on the North Face, Wheat Thins, Check Mix, Noodles and Company, sushi, annuities. What else, white people? Shit. Capital gains, real estate. Now, I ain't playing no golf. But, yeah, North Face. Our white folks been high in North Face. Now, I know North Face did the collab with Gucci. I rocked my first North Face about 07, but I used to just think North Face was some white folk shit. Not to get off track. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. Follow me on all socials, man. Good luck to everybody playing this weekend semi-state. You know what I'm saying? I got my opinion, Concrete Genius Media. Our official Miss Basketball is Jayla Lampley, Hamilton Southeastern. And I wanna say one more thing. It's a shame that Stephen Reynolds' daughter wasn't on that finalist list for girls basketball. That's despicable. See, you gotta balance it. You gotta be able to speak your mind and be friends with white people who got a sincere heart, but you also gotta call out that bullshit. And there's no reason. I don't know I don't want to say which daughter. I don't know if it's Kyra. I know he got 3 daughters. I don't know which one. I don't want to get the name wrong. But the South Bend, Washington young lady is absolutely, with her resume, no reason she should have been a finalist in the Final Four. It should have been her, Jayla, the young lady at HSE, and the young lady at Noblesville. That should have been the 4. But see, we play these games. We don't have a representative here. If we Northeast Indiana, we only got this many votes. We got to send here. We got to send a white girl here. We got to send here. You see, y'all be playing chess with the demographics instead of just being adults and being fair with the talent. You know, it's kin to like going to a suburban school and you black, but they can't let you be the best, even if you are the best. Because then they worrying about the confidence of people who ain't as good as you. And that's never going to be fair or adequate. And that South Bend, Washington young lady, Miss Reynolds, again, I don't remember saying your name. I know the daughter's names, but I don't want to say the wrong daughter. But Stephen Reynolds' daughter, it is a shame that she wasn't on that finalist list. I actually had her 2 behind Jayla. And then I had the young lady from Noblesville 3, and then I had the young lady from HSE 4. That's my list. Concrete Genius Media, I am official media site. That's my list. And the boys, from what I saw, resume, talent, competitiveness, I had Robinson slightly over Mullins, and then I had Briscoe 3rd. That was my top 3 for the boys. I don't think Desmond Briscoe gets enough praise for what he's done at Attucks since his freshman year. Going to University of Iowa from Attucks is a great achievement. His game is smooth. He's done whatever he needed to do. He's dominated some of the best players. I seen him go at the big African kid that was at Kokomo. I seen him go at everybody. He played on the AAU circuit. I seen him go at everybody. But my Mr. Basketball, in my opinion, is Stink Robinson. That's no slight to Mullins. I think Mullins is a phenomenal player, but we have to not regard somebody starting as a freshman in the mix and holding their own. You know what I mean? And we gotta just stop looking for flaws in kids and then, you know, looking for highlights in other kids. You see what I'm saying? And this is one problem that pisses me off with black people and white people. You can have one kid and he do everything. IQ, instincts, rebounder, passer. Man, you know, his jump shot, field goal percentage from 3 is 36%. If we can get that up to about 42, Then you'll take that same white kid. Shit, it could be Trey Galloway. Somebody, oh man, he hustle, he scrappy, do this. And you be like, man, this nigga shoot 9% from the free throw line. Yeah, but he's a gamer. See, y'all gotta stop that shit, man. Y'all gotta stop that shit, man. Y'all gotta stop. Because what happens is y'all, and the problem y'all don't even understand is the white kids in Indiana don't even need it. Honestly. Like, this is the one state, in my opinion, where we're good enough at basketball that you don't have to put the stimulus boost behind the white kids. They don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just don't. Now, maybe if you was in Michigan or Wisconsin somewhere, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you got to do. You in Ohio, okay, cool. You trying to get a 5'10", thick neck linebacker to college somewhere in Buckeye, Ohio, okay, cool. I can see you. I mean, even though I don't respect it, I can see why you got to shit on some black folks. But in Indiana, you boomers and whatever generation I am, 70s babies, I don't know, I'm Generation X, I don't know. But these kids are tougher than we think, right? Even if the kid don't win the award, they tougher in life. Too many of y'all are trying to even the playing field for kids that want to even the playing field with their talents. And it's for your ego. See, all this shit is for adults' ego. So the fact that Reynolds girl was not on that list, Jayla not winning and the Reynolds girl not being on the list severely upset me, man. I'm going to be honest. I had really detached from this shit, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really should have left me alone. Like, but it's like, again, you know what I'm saying? You go through shit and you see it and you got to protect your own. And then you go through some shit and you see it with a kid that you love like your own. And I don't know the Reynolds young lady, but I respect the hell out of her father. I don't know him personally, but I think Steven Reynolds is a phenomenal coach. I've seen some of his plays. I saw some of his stuff. I respect the fact he came down here and played LC. I respect the championships they won. I mean, I don't care what A it was, 3A, 2A. Y'all don't discredit them other A's, so it's no way that girl shouldn't have been a finalist. But the thing about when you don't win what you deserve, it makes you a killer. Either it's going to fold you or it makes you a killer. And too many times, the people that screw over black kids think it's going to make them fold, but in the end, all you doing is raising a pit bull somewhere else. That's all you doing. I don't know. I just wish we can come to a place where we can be merit-based, but again, not to be Uncle Ruckus, but until we can trust you niggas over there and you niggas over there to stop hating on a nigga because he don't play for your AAU team, or you parents over there that used to fix my teeth for free, now you don't play for me, now you hate me. I was big bro. You was asking my wife how to season the Cornish hen. Now you hate me. You just fixed my roof. Now you hate me. Now you don't speak. I took your son to Ohio, Florida, Kentucky, Mississippi. I took your son all over the country because you had to work. Now you don't speak. What kind of person does that make you? See, one thing about your heart, man, it ain't gonna let you play, bro. You know what I mean? Like, when I say I miss my mom, I miss my mom. You know what I mean? When I say I regret making mistakes that got me in trouble, I regret it. I miss my brother. I miss my sister. Your heart don't let you play. I done had some friends I wish I would have maybe worked it out with, or at least communicated with. I know one specifically before they passed. So your heart don't play. And that's why I don't do people wrong, because it comes back and gets you, you know? And God don't play about his people. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. I got things to do. My birthday is Saturday, March 22nd. If you want to cash at me for the game that I've given you on this podcast, my cash app is $NWA, Never Walk Alone, INC. NWA, INC. You want to bless me, man? Bless your boy with a smoothie or something. I eat jambalaya rice. I'm still vegetarian. Pardon me for this flashing. I ain't going to tell y'all how old I am, because I just feel like that's just being narcissistic at this point. I'm 10 years older than the lady you think old as shit. And this shit here is just timeless, so I don't take nothing for granted. See y'all when I see y'all, man. I love y'all. Peace. And follow me on social media. Stop ghost watching my pods and stop ghost watching my statuses, and like actually like them and share them and tag somebody. And follow me on everything. Peace. Music, shit, I'm tripping. Hello. Oh, I can't tell you what cologne I wear because I might not like you. And shout out to God, my mama and my daddy. Shout out to my wife and my kids. You know what I mean? Shout out to my nail tech. Oh, yeah. I might do that on the next pod. Nah, we're going to do it on this pod, man. Hey, listen. Don't you ever in your life, bro, tell me what's up with my hands, bro. What's up with my hands is, bro, I'm the cleanest thing since the first limousine. That's what's up with my hands, bro. All right? You couldn't take a trip in this spaceship. That's what's up with my hands, bro. You see that? I get pedicures and manicures, man. I've been doing this since I was 15. See, think about me. I could fight good enough to be handsome. I could fight good enough to be arrogant. You see, he's all mine. So even in the wildest west side of Gary, Indiana, the wildest nights in the surge, the wildest nights in those alleys, in those crap games under the bleachers. Oh, I'm a good-looking nigga, bro. I ain't never had to act ugly to be tough. Nigga, I didn't ask to be tough. I'm glad I'm fine now. Don't play stupid. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, man. Get a load of this shit and get us to a basketball parent that you might know need the game and may want to reach out to me. And then one thing too, if you get any consultation from me, I will immediately sign an NDA to let you know anything you say will remain 100% in confidentiality. I have no desire to brag about helping you. And not only that, I don't want your coach to know I helped you. So if you need any help about a camp, you don't have to make it public. DM me, and I'm going to give you the game. And ain't nobody going to know but me. But we going to stop letting these guys make $14,000, $18,000, $28,000 off the backs of y'all. Now, if I tell y'all some tournaments to go to, they worthy to go to. You're going to get your money's worth. You know what I mean? And the next pod, I'm going to give y'all a list of fire-ass tournaments that I know I ran reputably. And I'm going to do that this weekend. I told y'all, man, they should have left me alone. Y'all, the Reynolds young lady in South Bend and Jayla, and already how I was feeling, man, y'all done woke up some Tupac shit. But instead of going to join Death Row, it's like I'm running for Congress. It's over. Dear mama, can you save me?